Listen here. Already we have completed 3 units. First unit is DC circuits. Second unit is AC circuits. Third one is transformers. Now we'll start the fourth unit, that is induction motors. Electrical machines part we are starting. In electrical machines, we are having machines are classified into DC and AC machines. Again, DC machines are classified into two types. DC generator and DC motor. DC generator and DC motor. This DC machines is not in your syllabus. In your syllabus, you are having only AC machines. AC machines are classified into this here. AC machines are classified into three types: transformers, synchronous machines, and asynchronous machines. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See here, AC machines are classified into three types: transformers, synchronous machines, and asynchronous machines. In third unit, already we have completed transformers. In unit 3, we have completed the transformers. And in unit 4, we are going to cover synchronous and asynchronous machines. Then what do you mean by synchronous machines and asynchronous machines? I will define the meaning of synchronous and asynchronous. See, synchronous machines means, suppose in your house you have seen the DC motor. Had anybody seen the DC motor in your house? Have you seen DC motor for pumping water from the bore?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
On DC motor, have you seen the ratings? Some nameplate is pasted on the DC motor, like voltage, how much voltage is there, how much current it will draw, and how much power. It is written on the DC motor. If you have seen, even if you have not seen, you can go and see after the class. Some nameplate details are there on the motor. That is voltage, current, power is given, and also speed is given on the motor. If you observe the speed, have anybody had observed what is the speed of the motor in your house? Anybody observed the nameplate? It is written on the motor itself. If you have not seen, you can see later. See here, n is the speed of the motor. Let us assume n is the speed of the motor. In your house, it may be written as 1500 RPM, 1500 revolutions per minute. RPM means revolutions per minute. That is the speed of the motor given on the motor. Now, this is the manufacturer has given this speed. Now, when you come to your home, when you are running the motor in your home, let us say it is not running at 1500 RPM. It is running at 1400 RPM. Manufacturer has given the speed ns. N suffix s. N suffix s is the manufacturer given speed on the motor, 1500 rpm. But when you run the motor, it is running at 1400 rpm. The difference between the speeds is 100. That means here ns is not equal to ns is the designer speed. Our speed is 1400 rpm. There is no matching. Both are not in synchronism. If ns is not equal to n, that is called asynchronous machine. Suppose if n is also equal to 1500 rpm, then ns is equal to n. That is called the synchronous machine. In synchronous machine, your ns is equal to n. Both the speeds are not in synchronism. The manufactured speed and the actual running speed of the motor. That is called asynchronous machine. If both are equal, that is called synchronous machine. That is the difference between synchronous and asynchronous. Both are AC only. There is a difference. Now, asynchronous machines are classified into two types. AC generator and AC motor. Synchronous machines are classified into two types. AC generator and AC motor. In your syllabus, you are having only AC generator. In your syllabus, we are having only AC generator. There is no AC motor in your syllabus. Then come to asynchronous machines. In asynchronous machines, we are having induction motor. In asynchronous machine, we are having induction motor. Induction motor is an asynchronous machine. That means in induction motor, the speed of the actual speed of the motor is not equal to the synchronous speed, is not equal to the synchronous speed. That is called asynchronous machine. In your syllabus, you are having induction motor. There are two types of induction motor, three-phase induction motor and single-phase induction motor. Is it clear the classification? DC and
Yes,
AC.
sir.
In your syllabus, there is no DC. There is no DC generator and DC motor. We are having only AC. AC is transformers. Already you have completed third unit. In fourth unit, we'll study synchronous and asynchronous. Asynchronous machines first we'll study three-phase induction motor and single-phase induction motor. And synchronous machines will study only AC generator. There is no AC motor in your syllabus. AC generator is also called as alternator. AC generator is also called as alternator. Okay. So if you want to study the induction motor, you need the concepts of some DC generator. You need the concepts of DC generator. So first I will start even though it is not in your syllabus, DC generator. Even though it is not there in our syllabus, if I am not explaining this one, I can't go for the induction motor. I can't go for the asynchronous machine, AC machine. So some basics I will tell about DC generator today. From tomorrow onwards, I will go for your syllabus fourth unit, induction motor, three-phase induction motor. So I am starting now DC generator, even though it is not there in the syllabus. Okay. How magnetic field is generated from the electric quantity? Anyone? I have already told you in transformers.
Inducing the current.
Okay. See here, this is the current carrying conductor. When current is passing through this conductor, around the current carrying conductor, flux is generated. Flux is the magnetic quantity. When we pass the current through the conductor, that is, conductor is the copper coil. Let us assume that this is the copper coil. That conductor is the copper coil. When current is passing through this coil, around the current carrying conductor, magnetic flux is generated. That means from the electric current, we are generating the magnetic flux. This is one way. From the magnetic field also, you can generate the electric current from Faraday's first law. What is that? I have generated magnetic field from electric current. Reverse will happen. Let us take magnetic field. Let us take the magnetic field. Phi is the flux from North Pole to South Pole. We are having magnetic flux now. From this magnetic flux, I want to generate the electric current. How it is possible? How is it possible? Okay, see here. We are having the magnetic flux. I am taking one conductor, copper coil. ABCD is the copper coil. Let us assume I am taking only one coil. Here N is equal to 1 ton. I am taking ABCD as the one coil only. We can take 100 tons also, but I am taking only 1 ton ABCD, one coil I am taking. I can take 100 coils, 200 coils, 300 coils also in the DC generator. But for simplicity, I am taking ABCD as the coil. Now this coil, what I am doing is, I am rotating this coil. Where I am rotating this coil? Rotate this coil. After half rotation, AB comes this side, CD comes this side. After half rotation, AB comes that side, CD comes. One full rotation, again AB comes this side. Now I am rotating in the magnetic field, ABCD. ABCD is the coil. I am rotating this coil in the magnetic field. I am rotating this coil in the magnetic field. Now when the coil is rotated, it will cut the flux or not? When coil
There
is
will be
rotated,
change in the flux.
okay, there will be change in the flux. Here, with respect to time, when the coil is rotated, it is cutting the flux. This coil is cutting the flux and voltage is induced in the coil. This is Faraday's first law. Whenever the conductor cuts the magnetic flux, conductor means ABCD is the coil. Whenever the conductor cuts the magnetic flux, EMF is induced in the coil. E is the EMF induced in the coil. Here, open circuit is this. In between A and D, open circuit is there. Now, what is the current in the open circuit?
0.
0.
0. Now, how current will flow means, see here. I am connecting one external resistance, load. I am connecting one load in between A and D in the open circuit. Now, closed path is created for this coil. Then current will flow. I is equal to voltage by resistance. Now, when the conductor is cutting magnetic flux, EMF is induced in between A and D. Now, when we provide the closed path with the help of external load resistance, then current is flowing in the load, in the coil. I is equal to V by R. In this way, we are generating the electric current from the magnetic flux. From the magnetic flux, we are generating the electric current. So, this is the reverse process, Faraday's law. From the magnetic field, we are generating the electric current. Now here, what is the rotating part in this? What is the rotating part?
Circuit.
ABCD, coil. Coil is the
Coil.
coil means winding. Please write down in your notes. Coil means winding. Now here I am having two windings. What are those two windings? One is coil. ABCD is the coil rotating part. Another one is Listen here. Two coils I am taking. One is ABCD is called armature coil. Rotating part is the armature. Rotor is the armature coil. One more coil I have written left side, you see, field coil or pole coil. Field coil or pole coil. What do you mean by this field coil or pole coil? Now see here, I am taking two iron pieces. This is iron piece, this is iron piece. I am not taking them as the magnets. Those are the iron pieces. Two iron pieces I am taking. This is one iron piece. This is another iron piece. This is another iron piece. Two iron pieces. How to make these iron pieces as magnets? How
Coil
to,
will be
In
induced.
passing current.
by passing the current. See here, this coil, I am winding one coil on the iron piece. This coil is connected. That coil I am connecting it to the some DC voltage. That coil is called field coil. I am connecting it to the DC voltage, and I am connecting one rheostat here. Variable rheostat. This is the jockey point. See here, this is the jockey point. This is the variable rheostat. Now, when you give this coil is connected to this V and rheostat. When you give the supply voltage from negative to positive, current will flow in this coil. Okay, current is flowing in that coil like this. Suppose if resistance is very high, what is the amount of current flowing in the coil?
It would
Suppose,
be 0 somewhere.
suppose if resistance is very high, R is inversely proportional to current. If resistance is high, current will be less. Depending upon, now when current is flowing through this coil, around the current carrying conductor, magnetic flux is generated. Around the current carrying conductor, magnetic flux is generated. When you give supply voltage, current is passing through this coil. Around the current carrying conductor, flux is generated. Now here, flux is directly proportional to current. Flux is directly proportional to the current. If current is more, flux will be more. That means if R is high, your current will be less, flux will be less. I'll write, otherwise I'll write it here. If R is high, flux will be Is it clear relation? Is this relation clear?
Yes, sir.
If
Yes,
resistance
sir.
is high, current will be less, flux will be less. So if you want to increase the flux, what do you have to do?
We have to increase
Not
the
increase the-
resistance and decrease the
You have to
current.
decrease the resistance. If resistance is decreased, current will be increased, more flux will be developed. In this way, we are generating the magnetic flux. From the electric current, we are getting magnetic flux. Our aim is not to get the magnetic flux. Our aim is used to magnetize the iron piece. Now this flux will magnetize the iron piece as magnet. It will magnetize on one side as north pole, the other side will be south pole. On one side it will magnetize north pole, and on another side it will magnetize as south pole. Now is it clear? What is the purpose of field coil?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tell me. Now the purpose of field coil is only to make the iron piece as magnet. There is no other purpose for the field coil. Please remember, This only two coils we are having. In this diagram, you observe we are having one field coil and the one is the armature coil. In the armature coil, EMF is induced. In the armature coil, in the rotating coil, EMF is induced. Now the field coil is only to magnetize the iron piece as magnet. Field coil is used to magnetize the iron piece as magnet. That is the only purpose of field coil. Take any machine, whether it is the DC machine, AC machine, whatever it may be. You will observe two coils. One is the field coil and the one is the armature coil. Always in armature coil, EMF is induced. Field coil is to make the iron piece as magnet. Write a note. Write a note. There are two coils in any machine, in any DC or AC machine. There are two coils. One coil is field coil. One coil is field coil, which is used to magnetize the. One coil is field coil. One coil is field coil, which is used to magnetize the. Which is used to magnetize the. Which is used to magnetize the iron piece as magnet. As magnet. The second coil is armature coil. Second coil is armature coil. Where EMF is induced. Where EMF is induced in the coil. Where EMF is induced in the coil. Okay. See here.
Sir,
Tell me.
cannot we use permanent magnets?
We can use permanent magnets. That is not a problem. But field coil is necessary. Because if you want the speed increase, if you want to increase the speed is related to flux. If you use the permanent magnet, that will be flux will be constant. If you use the permanent magnet, flux is constant. Only one speed you will get. We can't change the speed of the machine. Suppose if you use the coil, we can increase or decrease the flux. If flux is increased, see here. N is the speed of the machine, which is directly proportional to flux. Suppose if you take the magnet, permanent magnet, sometimes the permanent magnet is completely demagnetized. Flux is zero. If flux is zero, flux is speed is inversely proportional to flux. Speed is inversely proportional to flux. Suppose if flux is zero, what happens to speed? 1 by 0. What is 1 by 0? What is
Infinity.
the infinity? Speed will be dangerously high speed. In your house, if a field winding is not there, and if you are making the flux 0, sometimes inside the machine one rotating part is there. Have you seen in your motor in your house? One
Yes,
part
sir.
is rotating. That is called the rotor, armature. That is called the rotor. One iron piece is rotating. That is not the coil. On the iron piece, we are winding the coil, armature coil. So that rotating part will flew away from your machine. If the speed is dangerous, it is not infinity, it is dangerously high speed. The speed will go to infinity, that is dangerously high speed, and it will flew away from your house, the rotor. That is the reason the field coil should be compulsorily in the machine. If there is no field coil, so with the help of field coil only, you are controlling the speed of the DC motor. That is the reason. Is it clear? What is the purpose of field coil? sometimes when you purchase the machine, if you use permanent magnet, after 1 year or 1.5 year, it may demagnetize. If it is demagnetized means automatically flux will be zero. If flux is zero, the machine will not work. So in your machine, if you see the, I will explain the construction so that you can understand later. Until now I have taken only one coil ABCD, but there is no one coil. There will be nearly 100 to 200 coils in your armature, in your rotating part. Whatever the part that is rotating inside the motor, in that motor we are not having one coil. Winding is there. Have you seen the ceiling fan? Have you opened any time ceiling fan?
There's some copper coil also there.
Copper coil is winded on that. One iron piece is there. On the iron piece, they are winding the coil. Similarly, here also, this is the circular part actually. This is the circular part, rotating part in your machine, DC motor or whatever it may be. So these are the slots. These are called the slots. In the slots, they will place the coils. That is the slot. One slot I am showing here. How many slots here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 slots. On the periphery of the circular part, there are 5 slots. Let us take an example. This is one slot. In one slot, I am placing 4 coils. 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. 4 dots I have kept. I can place 4 coils. In one slot, I can place 1 coil. In one slot, I can place 2 coils. In one slot, I can place 4 coils. In one slot, I can place 6 coils. In one slot, I can place 9 coils like this. Now, how many slots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 slots are there. Suppose in each slot, I will place 9 coils, 9 windings. 9 into 5, how many? In 5, if you have one slot, I am placing 9 windings. In 5 slots, how many windings you can place?
45.
45. 45 windings you can place. Let us take ABCD I had taken. ABCD is the one coil. Like this ABCD coils, how many coils I am placing? 9 coils in one slot. If you see the ceiling fan, they are keeping the winding. They are making the winding. Okay, that winding, this is not one coil. It may be 100 coils. Like this here on the armature. This is the armature. This is an iron piece. This is an iron piece. On the iron piece, they are punching the slots. Here, how they are getting this circular iron piece? I will explain the construction. You see. Take, I am forming the core now. Circular core, circular iron piece. See here, I am taking thin rectangular lamination sheet of thickness 0.5 mm. Of thickness 0.5 mm, I am taking thin lamination sheet. I am cutting this sheet. With the help of punching machine, I am cutting the thin lamination sheet, rectangular lamination sheet into circular shape. Like this, how many sheets I will cut? Nearly 2000 sheets. 2000 sheets I will cut, 2000 to 4000 sheets I will cut in the circular shape. And I will bunch all the sheets together and I will crush it with the help of 200 tons weight. With the help of crane, I will lift the 200 tons weight. I will get this much bundle. This much bundle I will get. Okay, that this much 2000 sheets. If I place 200 tons weight on this, it will be crushed to very small size piece, that is circular iron piece. So on this circular iron piece, what I am doing is, I am punching the slots. I am punching the slots with the help of punching machine. I am punching the slots. So 2000 to 4000 sheets, I am punching the slots. Each sheet is punched like this. 5 slots I am punching. Okay, and this 2000 to 4000 sheets I am placing together, and with the help of heavy weight, I am crushing those 2000 to 4000 sheets. It is crushed to very small size piece, small size circular piece, circular core, that is called the armature or rotating part. This is an iron piece. In the slots of the iron piece, I will place the winding. In the slots of the iron piece, I will place the windings like this. After that, I will make the connections, windings like this. I will make the winding connections. Connection diagram is not in your syllabus. Connections will be done like that. Winding will be done like that on the circular iron piece. Okay, is it clear? What is the iron core? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. This is an iron core. Now come here. See, this is the circular iron piece. Now we are winding the coil. There are two. Now when this armature is rotating, when this circular iron piece is rotating, what is rotating? When circular iron piece is rotating, what is rotating?
Coil.
Coil. That is coil means winding. Coil or winding is rotating. That is the armature coil, what I had told. This is the armature coil. Circular iron piece is called armature. Iron piece is called armature. And inside the coil, that is called armature coil. Inside the armature, coils are placed, that is called armature coil. When iron part is rotating, automatically coil is rotating. And this coil is cutting the flux. When this coil is cutting the flux, EMF is induced in the coil. EMF is induced in the coil. This is the Faraday's first law. Whenever a conductor cuts the magnetic flux, electrical EMF is induced. This is the principle. So totally how many coils are there here now? What are the different types of coils? Two types of coils. What are the two types of coils?
Armature coil and field coil.
Armature coil and field coil. Okay. Armature coil. In armature coil, what is induced? One second. Okay. One is field coil. What is the purpose of field coil? What is the purpose of field coil? Anyone? What is the purpose of field coil?
Magnetize the iron
Magneting.
piece.
To make the iron piece as magnet. That is the only purpose. Please remember this. And what is the purpose of armature coil?
To generate current.
EMF is induced in the, okay. These two, if you know the difference of these two, nothing is there in the machine in fourth unit. Now I'll draw the equivalent circuit of DC generator. See, this is the field coil. 1 minute. This is the field coil. Field coil is connected to supply voltage. Here, magnet is there, north pole and south pole. On the iron piece, we are winding this field coil. Field coil purpose is to make the iron piece as magnet, as north pole and south pole. This is one winding. Where is another winding then? Where is another winding? In the armature. Armature is the rotating part. The armature is the rotating part, rotor. This is stationary. This field coil is stationary in DC machine. But in AC machine, field coil is rotating. Remember the difference. This is the DC machine. In DC, field coil is stationary and armature is rotating. This is the armature winding. That is the armature. In the armature, in the iron piece, we are having armature winding. Two windings totally. One is field winding and the one is the armature winding. Field winding to make the iron piece as magnet, and armature winding, voltage E is induced in the armature winding. Always remember that voltage E is induced in the armature winding. And this armature winding is connected to load, external load. Load may be light, fan, resistance, inductance. The load may be anything. Okay. The armature winding is connected to the load. Okay. Two windings. For this class, you remember these two windings. Is it clear? In the next class, I will start the class at 11:45. Okay, you remember these 2 points. Okay. I will take the attendance in the next class. One more class is there for me. We will join at 11:45. Okay. I am exiting the class now. I will again join at 11:45. Remaining will continue.